I spent 40 grand on a pile of venomous bugs, a half-dead electric eel, and 2 ironclad beetles that wouldn't die even if you stepped on them. Everyone laughed at me, calling me a spoiled rich kid with money to burn, but they didn't know that in 24 hours, global beast transformation would begin and disaster would strike. These so-called pieces of junk in my hands were top-tier treasures that could buy 10 lives. By then, even if they got on their knees and begged me for a bite, I wouldn't even look at them. Jack quickly packed up the 50 live bullet ants and 2 ironclad beetles I bought, then generously threw in 20 or 30 dead bullet ants, plus a jar of over 100 regular ants. I specifically asked for extra mealworms. After all, I still had to keep these treasures alive for 2 more days. If they died, I'd take a huge loss. After getting the bullet ants and the surprise haul of ironclad beetles, I rode with Jack straight to the provincial capital to pick up that American electric eel. When we got there, I looked at the lifeless, half-dead eel in the tank and confirmed it was the exact species I wanted. Without another word, I transferred 10 grand. The seller packed the eel into an oxygen-filled clear plastic bag while kindly reminding me, "You'd better get it home fast, adjust the temperature, change the water, and add oxygen. If it stays sealed too long, it could die. If it dies, that's fine. Perfect for dinner tonight." I've never tasted American electric eel before. The moment I said that, both Jack and the seller froze. Their fear that I'd ask for a refund if the eel died vanished instantly. The two of them exchanged a look, both secretly regretting that they had quoted too low. With how little I cared about money, even if they'd asked for 20 grand, I probably would have bought it without blinking. I couldn't care less about their little schemes, so I casually asked if they knew anyone who raised owls. They both shook their heads and said trading wild owls was illegal. For captive bred ones, I'd have to try my luck at the pet market in the provincial capital. After saying goodbye to them, I headed straight into the biggest pet market in the city. An owl was the first beast transformation ingredient I had decided on, no question. Once the disaster arrived, night would completely become the hunting ground of nocturnal creatures. Without night vision, people wouldn't even be able to sleep in peace. Any venomous bug that mutated dozens of times larger could pop out of nowhere. Even a mosquito could take someone's life. Night vision was basically a second life. Luckily, after less than half an hour of looking, I found a shop secretly selling captive-bred owls and spent $3,000 to get the best-looking one. Now I had the bullet ant's monstrous strength and venom, the ironclad beetle's absolute defense, the American electric eel's high-voltage electricity, the owl's night vision and hearing, the salamander's limb regeneration, and the tardigrade's immortal physique. The all-around beast transformation genes I needed were finally complete. Next, I just had to focus on gathering enough tardigrades. In a great mood, I called a cab and headed home. The provincial capital was over 300 kilometers from my home, about a 4-hour ride. By the time I got back, the American electric eel was completely dead. I joked that the eel had no luck, then carried everything into the kitchen, sharpened my knife, butchered it, cut up the meat, and put it in the freezer. I'd cook and eat it right before the disaster. As for the principle behind beast transformation, people argued about it for more than half a year in my past life. The common theory was that when the disaster hit, undigested animal meat inside the human body would be affected by a special energy, which would then rewrite human genes and let people merge with the traits and talents of the animals they had eaten. As for the deeper truth, I still hadn't figured it out by the time I died. For the next 2 days, I did nothing else. I stayed home every day collecting tardigrades. After gathering over 200 of them, it was enough to trigger gene fusion. So I turned on the UV lamp